Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have been reading all of your comments. You guys suggested a lot for what I could do with my doll room, though the main suggestion is something I cannot currently do. So the main suggestion you guys have given me is to get another shelf, which is something I've been thinking about for a while, but I just really don't have the space for. You guys say I should just replace this brown shelf over here, and trust me, I have thought about it, but my shelves are kind of nailed into the wall, and to fit one in there, I think I would have to move this one somehow, which would require taking everything on it off. Basically, it would be very complicated, and also, I don't know how to build shelves. My dad does it, and he has refused to build me any further shelves. So, either I need to figure out how to build a shelf, which I got tiny hands. I can't do it. My hands are too small. I know that's a stupid excuse. It's mostly a joke, trust me. I'm sure people with small hands have done more, but I just mean I would not know what I'm doing, and I don't think the shelf would be very stable with me building it. Again, I know it sounds like a stupid excuse, but I can't really justify it currently. I just don't think I would do a good job. Not to mention putting another shelf here would completely close off this corner, which I currently keep things in. So that would be another issue in itself. But yeah, I do want to replace this brown shelf at some point, though the Toralei shelf would suffer for it because I like being able to look at all my Toraleis. They're not eye level with me. They're about here and my eyes are up here. But, I'm able to look at them more easily than I can when they're up here, for example, on top of a standard height shelf. So, yeah, trust me though, I do want to look into getting another shelf like these ones. You guys ask me where I get these from all the time. I get them at a store called Big Lots. They're usually a decent price. I want to say $50 there. And this one was from Target. I got it because it was on sale, but it ended up being kind of weird. The heights are kind of weird. This shelf is kind of short to the point that I couldn't fit Pennywise on there because of her hair adding height, which means I also can't fit Barbie-sized dolls on that shelf. And then this shelf is huge. There is so much space here because of this little tiny shelf here. I couldn't, divide these evenly so that my dolls would be able to stand on this shelf, so it had to become a sitting shelf, which I don't like because I lose a lot of space here. I do have dolls laying in there like a 2010 Roxy, and that's it. But yeah, I don't know. Storage has always been a weird thing for me, and I need to get a bin for the stuff that I'm selling. I said that before. I currently don't have one, but if I did, trust me, I would use it. I might be able to find something in my house currently that I can make work, but I don't know where. I'd have to really search for it. My first thought was one of the one of the bins similar to the ones that I have in here, like this bin, for example. I think something like this would be perfect for me to keep dolls in. But yeah, I kind of unfortunately don't currently have more of those. My mom might have one somewhere. As you guys know, my mom is also a doll collector, and you've asked to see her collection on many occasions. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you, both because her shelves have a mirror at the back, and I don't have a face. So that'd be a bit difficult. You guys would be looking at a void the whole time because I don't have a face. My face does not exist. And also, her other stuff is put away in boxes. So she doesn't have much that is out for viewing, and then there's also the mirror issue, so I can't show you my mom's collection. At most, I could maybe post some photos of the shelves on Instagram, but it would be difficult to get a photo. Again, I don't have a face. It's hard to work this out. As for the stuff on the floor here, again, it just comes down to me needing another storage bin. I want another place to display Rainbow High dolls, and I know if I put the school away, I would have space for another shelf. I wouldn't have space for my posters, but I would have space for another shelf. But then I wouldn't know where to put my school. I like this school. And I know I could get rid of the Barbie dream house and put the school there, but this dream house has been with me since I want to say 2006 or 2007. If that's not the year that this dream house came out and I'm incorrect, you guys are free to correct me in the comments. Again, I got this when I was like in like kindergarten age, I want to say. I was very young. I was extremely young when I got this thing. So I've had it for a long time. I'm attached to it. I know I repainted the stairs a hideous shade of purple. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I think I was trying to like renovate it. I was like, oh, I can paint this to make it look better. And then I picked the ugliest shade of purple known to man. So, yeah, if I ever got the chance to buy a version of this dream house that wasn't painted on, I probably would. So, that probably was a bit of a tangent, but you get what I'm saying, right? I like my playsets. I could have put more shelves over here, but I opted for wall shelves for my brats for some reason. I still don't know why I did that. Well, I guess because this thing was here. This thing's in the way. If I had, like, moved my Catacombs playset, I could have, like, fit this here, but then it's too close to the door. I need space for the door to open, obviously. There is, unfortunately, a door here. Another thing is that I could have put one of these shelves here, but instead I've got this, like, little table thing that one of my old friends was throwing out when she moved out of the neighborhood, and then, the Bratz shelf here. I don't know why I insist on having my brats on shelves that hang on the wall. That's just kind of something I do for some reason. Again, I don't really have an answer for why. It's just how I am. I like my brats to be on the wall. I don't understand it either. But yeah, this has been a very long opening segment. Thank you guys for your suggestions. Trust me, I am keeping them in mind, and I do want to replace a shelf at some point. I don't know when that point will be, but I am indeed working on it. So, yeah. With that said, let's get on to the rest of the video, which I don't really know what it's going to be about because I've already spent like 5 minutes yapping about this. I guess something I kind of want to talk about is recent Monster High alumni releases. Like, some of them are really good. Like, I love Stitched in Style Frankie and Vampire Heart Draculaura, who I'm not going to turn around to show you. But other ones I'm more neutral on, like Out of Fright Operetta. This doll is pretty. I'm just not a fan of her face. They did something weird with her face and made her look strange. Cleo and Deuce. Deuce looks ugly, but Cleo's pretty, just not in the outfit. Her face is stunning, you know? Like, this was a great 2-pack if just for Cleo's face. Nothing else, though. Although the snake corset is really cute. I really like that piece a lot. One of the worst alumni dolls so far, though, has to be Holiday Claudine. Like, her stock photos gave her such a pretty face, and in person, she just does not have that. Plus, I just deem her to be really mediocre. And maybe I'm bitter because I spent full price on her. That's probably the main reason, actually. But I also don't really like Dia de los Muertos Scalita from last year. I feel like that doll turned out really underwhelming as well, to the point that I don't even display her on my shelf anymore. I just have her, like, laying down here. It's mostly the face that ruins it, and the dress. Because the skirt has potential, but this top part does not, you know? Basically, they could have done a lot better for a Day of the Dead Scalita doll, and I'm disappointed that they didn't. And that's kind of the way most alumni releases feel for me. Some of them are great, like, sorry, Unreleased Laguna. I love the Creep Productions as well as the Real Drama line. The Real Drama dolls are super cool, and I would love for them to do a wave 2 with other characters. I think it would be really cool. I actually like Freak du Chic Draculaura. She's cute. And Holiday Draculaura, yeah, she got the best design for sure. She's pretty. I like her. So they are capable of doing good holiday releases and other stuff, but I don't know, it just feels like most of the time they don't know what they're doing except for, like, the rare occasions when they do. I don't know. It's for this reason that I'm afraid for my favorite characters to get alumni dolls. Sometimes they're amazing. Like, Fangvote Genifier looks incredible. That doll is amazing, and I'm happy to have one coming when she starts shipping out. I ordered one. And, I'm afraid for Alumni Toralei. I want there to be an Alumni Toralei doll so bad. She would look so great on my very overcrowded Toralei shelf, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. Feels like we're not gonna get her until, like, 2027 or something if the alumni releases even continue for that long. I really want another collection like Haunt Couture. Like, I really just feel like all of these dolls look great in their own right, except for Laguna. You know what? I think Laguna's okay. I shit on her too much. Laguna is okay. She's fine. Obviously, Draculaura and Claudine and Frankie, I'd say, are the strongest of the line. Even though Frankie's face came out a little botched, Cleo is gorgeous as well. Basically, the Haute Couture collection is really good, and this Ghoulia, Ghoulux, looks great next to them, so that's why I display her here with them. I really want there to be an alumni Abby. I feel like they could do a very good job with her. Am I nervous for how she would look? Of course, but I think they'll do an okay job. I mean, her Cree production has a good face. They always do a good job recreating the screenings for Cree productions. For the most part, they look almost exactly the same, except for the original 4. You ever choke on nothing? The original 4 Cree productions look a bit different from the original dolls. Like, Claudine isn't as wonky, Frankie's eyebrows are a bit too high up, and they gave her a hair bump instead of how it's usually flat. My camera won't stop recording. Okay. Draculaura looks different as well. Oh, mine's wonky as shit. I never noticed that. And Laguna is no longer fish-eyed. Now it stops recording? Okay. Like, I have a Laguna here that's pretty not wonky. She's a gold elastics doll. My Cleo is also one of the less wonky ones, because again, she's a first batch, a gold elastic. I didn't even do this on purpose. I just kind of stumbled into most of these. Like, when I decided that I wanted to get all of the original Monster High basics, I think it was because of the reboot. When G2 was starting to roll out, I decided, okay, I'm going to get all the first wave characters, and I did. And I ended up getting a Cleo and Deuce that just happened to have gold elastics and straight pegs in their arms. I did not intend for that. I didn't even know what that was because I was a child. And my Claudine, no straight peg arms, but she does have gold elastics, and I had no idea. Draculaura was a bit more intentional. I bought like a lot, and then she had the gold elastic, so I decided to replace my old one with this one because she has a face I like much better. And Frankie, this one I had in the box for a while, but I unboxed her. Her stitch is a little smudged, but quite like her face. But yeah, basically faces across the Cree productions and the original dolls are pretty similar except for the original 4. They took some liberties with these 4. They made them look a bit different. And when they make alumni dolls, obviously the faces change a lot. Like, you can still tell it's the characters, but they just change the style in a way that is, like, unique, you know? Like, Ghoulia has thicker eyebrows, her eyes look about the same, but have more shines in them. That's another thing, they add more detail to the eyes and make them look shinier. Is it raining right now? But yeah, you get what I mean. Like, they just kind of do different faces, and that's what they did with Operetta, in a way that I don't really think works. Meanwhile, this Frankie looks great. And so does this Cleo. This is one of my favorite alumni Cleo screenings. Call me crazy for it, but I really just think that's a gorgeous face. But yeah, that's kind of my fear for an alumni Abby, as well as an alumni Toralei doll. I don't know how their faces would end up looking. Now, it's not like Toralei had a perfect face in G1. To be honest, most of her dolls ended up wonky as shit. But I really love Toralei, so I really want her face to look good. Plus, with the way they keep giving everyone a side glance, I'm thinking a Toralei with a side glance is not too far away on the horizon. Please don't let it be far on the horizon. I want it to happen. But yeah, the point of my rant is alumni dolls can be hit or miss. Sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they are really not good. But only in certain aspects. Because as I mentioned, I do actually like Out of Fright Operetta's outfit. I wouldn't have bought her if I didn't like her in some sense. Just her face is off to me, and that's the main thing with her. Oh, and I totally forgot about Midnight Runway Spectra. That doll is gorgeous. They did a great job with her. So sometimes they do a really good job, you know? And sometimes they don't. But yeah, I'm just hoping in the case of Toralei and Abby, when they finally get their alumni dolls, that they do a good job. I also want an alumni Rebecca. I miss her. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!